Are you thinking of moving to Johnstown, but you don't want just any neighborhood? You want to be in one of the best neighborhoods. Well, if that's you, keep watching because I'm going to talk about 4 of the best neighborhoods in Johnstown. Hi, my name is Jamie Eklund and I am a realtor here in the beautiful state of Colorado. On this channel, we talk about what life is like in Colorado. We talk about the cities, the towns, and the neighborhoods. And our goal is to give you information when you go to move within Colorado or from out of state into Colorado. You're going to be more informed about the different places that you could potentially live. I get calls from people all the time asking me what life is like. And so if you're thinking of moving into Colorado, give me a call. I'd love to talk to you and I'd love to help answer questions that you might have before you move here. That way, when you move here, the place that you get located is going to be the right place for you. All right, so we're going to look at some of the best neighborhoods in Johnstown. And to start off that list, we're going to look at the Roxbury Ridge neighborhood. Now, this neighborhood is a fairly newer neighborhood. It's not brand new. It started about 2005-ish, and they do have a few lots still available that they're still building on. But it's still fairly well established. And so there's a park, there's a lake, there's some walking paths, and it's a really kind of a nice neighborhood. Now, on this one, there's no Metro Tax district, there is an HOA. And so personally, I would rather have an HOA. That way, at least you have a local association of people who can control what's going on there instead of a district controlling what's going on. And so that's my preference, but it's just for you to know. It does have an HOA. So it's going to help regulate the condition of people's property, and they do a pretty good job there because the houses are really well kept. The thing I like about it is a little bit farther removed. It is on the west side of Johnstown. It's not super close to a lot of the large arteries, so you're not going to have a lot of traffic going in and out of the subdivision, but it's still close enough where you can get to Johnstown, you can get to Denver, you can go into Greeley, Fort Collins, Loveland fairly quick. And so it is conveniently located. It's a nice neighborhood, and that's why it's on my list today. Now, neighborhood number 2 is the Pioneer Ridge neighborhood. Now, this neighborhood is on the south side of Johnstown. It's kind of a long sliver of a neighborhood tucked up against a road and railroad, but it's up there on a ridge, and so you can get some absolutely gorgeous mountain views from this neighborhood. And the thing I like about it is pulled away just a little bit, so you're not going to get a lot of traffic. It's a really kind of a sleepy neighborhood. There's not a ton of traffic going in and out. Now, there is a school in the middle of it, and so school's in session, so you're going to get more traffic from that, but most of the people that go to the school are going to be actually in that neighborhood, so you're not going to have a tremendous amount of cars going in and out of the neighborhood during that time. Now, like I said before, the mountain views can be absolutely gorgeous, and yet it's still close enough to like the YMCA in Johnstown or a city center. You can go out to eat and you can be in town in like 5 minutes or less. So it is still fairly close to where the action is. It's on the south side of Johnstown, and so you're still going to be pretty close to Denver and some of the major arteries that'll get you to where you need to go. All right, so neighborhood number 3 is the Thompson River Ranch. Now, this is on the west side of Johnstown, right up there close to I-25. So if you need to get to Denver quick, it's a good neighborhood for you. It's a fairly well-established neighborhood built in like 2010, maybe a little before, all the way up to present day. There's a couple lots still available. There's a pretty wide swath of the quality of house. You can get a fairly economical house in this area, and you can also get a fairly expensive house in this area. It does have a Metro Tax district, but that also provides some amenities within this subdivision itself. And so it gives you some options on what you want to do. If you want to go out and go out to eat, or if you just want to stay in the subdivision, just go play some disc golf or go swimming or something like that, or go for a walk. You've got some different options. It's just kind of a fun little neighborhood to be in, and it does seem to be fairly desirable, so a lot of people are moving in. So that's why it's made my list today. Now, my last neighborhood that I want to mention today is the Stroh Farms neighborhood. Now, this neighborhood is technically, it's part of Pioneer Ridge, which is already on my list, but it's a subdivision within that subdivision, and it tends to be some of the nicer homes within that subdivision. You're gonna have more mountain views. You're going to still take advantage of all the same amenities, the school, the park, walking paths, things of that nature, but you're gonna have a little nicer houses. And that's why it's made my list, and probably one of my favorite neighborhoods in the area of Johnstown. Now, there's lots of other places within Johnstown that you might consider living. And so if you're thinking about moving to Johnstown, download my relocation guide. It's absolutely free, and it's jam-packed with information about Johnstown. And if you still have questions, give me a call. I'd love to talk to you, and I'd love to answer any questions that you might have about what life is like in Johnstown.